Hello, everybody. Well, it's nice to see you again. And if you newbie here, welcome to our place. And today I'm going to tell you more in a detail what Mango ate in a day. Before it was more general, what he ate since his childhood up to his departure. And now I will tell you more in amounts and stuff. So we started with the durian because durian was a big thing for Mango since he became vegan and raw. He started traveling to the Asia sometimes, and that was his durian holidays. And he also lived in Thailand for a while in a few places. And he said to his friend Zalan, when he lived in Thailand, I don't know, maybe 6 months, maybe up to a year, uh, he would eat 10 durians a day, and he would live mainly on durian. So also the coconuts were big. Some people with the coconuts, okay. So I want you to know that going back to durians once more, that Mango, he started with the durians very quickly because obviously, and avocados, because he obviously needed that fat he was eating since, early childhood, or since day one, we can say, till the last day of his life. The fat was his the biggest enemy, and because there was a lot of sweetness as well, and that combination is not healthy, especially if the sweetness comes from derived sweet sugars or sweeteners. That's mean the sweetness is derived from somewhere. It may be agave syrup, it can be corn syrup, that's the most common. It's almost on every processed food. Be aware of that. That's a really deadly substance. And now, with the coconuts, also coconuts, big thing for Mango. But only when he was with me because I was against it. He either slowed down or maybe in Sydney he used to buy coconut, I don't know. Me and Marco, we wasn't always into each other's face. And we lived on a farm when we arrived here. Plenty of coconut. When we moved in this place, plenty of coconut. He never bought coconut at the markets, but when he come across to it, like on a farm or something, and he can get some, he will get some. But I can't tell you how many coconuts he ate. But I can say he could eat fair bit while he was in Asia. And I know from some of his friends I contacted that when there was not enough durians, Mango was desperate. He would travel, look for durians, and in the meantime, he will eat coconuts. And a fair bit of them because in Asia, that was during the Asia trips, in Asia they don't have avocado where he used to go, so more so he was seeking that fat from somewhere else. Now, you can do that yourself, but I did that because I was curious and write it down. So now I'm going to read to you some information from the coconut, actually, how much fat it contains. So, also, before that, how much fatty fruit on average? There is question how much fatty fruit Mango ate on average. So now you know there was 10 durians easy a day, and when I met Mango, that was bit less, but around that 8, you know, easily. And it was just depends how much money we've got at that time. It was always only limited by money, but if there was no money limitation, then it would be when they were fresh, easy up to 3, 4 big ones a day, and when they were frozen, it could be from 500 grams to 250 grams. Depends again how many we've got, and when I was freezing it, how big portions I was making. And true is, it was Mango who requested smaller portions, maybe in the last 3 seasons. So that indicates to me he could see his problems he had, and he was aware of, was getting worse. But I didn't pay much attention to that. As I said before, I may be good detective, but I'm not like watching everything. Only if something interests me deeply, then I can be good detective. But how much mango what he eats, it wasn't my concern. Plus, he prepared his own meals. I prepared my own meals. So there is a difference. If I was typical woman of the most of cultures, I would be the one preparing meals. And I can tell you more in a detail what and how much mango ate. But I still can give you a bit of information. That's for sure. So here we go. Going back to coconut. So his coconut periods was again on and off, depends on the environment and how many coconuts was around. When I was with him in Thailand, I would see Mango eating and drinking only young coconut, maybe 1 or 2 a day, maybe 3. I can't tell you exactly, but 1 and 2 a day easily. Even when we had durians. Now, to coconut meat, that's mean when a coconut is, oh, jak se to řekne, done, not young, but I call it old then. Okay. Fat content, 33 grams on 100 grams. That's a lot. From that, saturated fat, 30% from this 33%. Okay. So it had a 3% of some healthy fat and 33% and 30%, sorry, of saturated fat. Young coconut fat content, it has 24 grams for 100 grams. There's not huge difference. And from that is 21 grams saturated, again, saturated. Young coconut milk, 18 up to 24 grams in 100 grams of fat. And from that is 15 to 20 saturated. So if some people here think young coconut is safe, you are mistaken. And now I understand why I can't even stomach tiny bits of it. Even the milk, when I have a sip on it, I have a sip and I felt sick actually. I feel my body straight away telling me no. And I would not have a more of it. When my body tell me this is not for you, what I do. I don't eat it. That's me, that's me. And mature coconut milk, that's mean that well done coconut I call, has 20, from 20 up to 30 grams of saturated fat in 100 grams of coconut. So that's a lot. And mhm, yeah, so that would be that, the coconut. Just for your information, if you're interested in a durian and different kinds of durian, mango ate mostly Monton. That's the most common one. And then, those yellow golden ones, whatever they call it. Like very expensive ones we used to buy here. $50 little box. And you have like 4 pieces in it. This is totally insane. Now, so 3 friends, all I wrote to, and that one is Alan here, not far, not so far from here, but far enough. Not in a bad way. Depends where you live. For Americans, close by. For Europeans, too far. I won't go more in a detail. Now I'm going to tell you what mango I eat in a day. So note that mango ate big time in excess durian for at least 25 years of his adult life, already being on raw diet. I know from his diary, which he started in 92, he was already juicing stuff. If he stopped for a while or not, I'm not sure, but he would definitely know of the juices and use them as he could, because Mango later on traveled and he didn't have his own vice, but whenever he was staying with somebody and it was juicer, I think he would juice the stuff. And so we already settled in the last part that too many juices, and we know why, because when you get the juice from the fruit, it's derived from the fruit. That's mean the fructose is too strong and too unhealthy because it digests differently than as if you eat whole fruit. We already mentioned the fructose, so all those very harmful things. And I believe maybe Mango didn't have even fructose in last 20 years. Since he's with me, he never got tempted by those crisps. It's possible, you know, I can't say, but if I say it as possibility, I still believe if you eat something so vicious like corn syrup in excess as child, it can hang in your body system for a long time, especially if you don't give your body, if you don't open the door to it. With mango, big intake of fat, either durians or avocados or coconuts, and those coconuts you buy everywhere, even in the supermarkets. Mind you, don't see it here, but I don't look for it. But anyway, that's a stupid, silly, not so important to mention now. Also, somebody, I going back to durian, I noticed here, somebody in the comments said, sorry, I didn't note your name. that durian is also very much like alcohol, and it's a very negative impact on our mind, and also just like alcohol does. And it could be as a depressant because, alcohol is depressant. And if durian is similar to that, it could be also depressant. And somebody else mentioned garlic and onion, that durian is garlic, like us, garlic and onion. And the person said, that's a different person. And also, I didn't know the name. That garlic and onion, these so-called foods, are destructive to peaceful and serene life. Yeah, it could be. Because when I have a durian, I always start feeling hot and thirsty, and I can't handle too much. If I had in the past, like I come from country where they eat a lot of raw onion and lot of raw garlic and hook too, both. But I could tolerate it cooked. Okay, depends how much was in the meal. But raw, it was for me always, my digestive system also didn't like it. So I would have it only when I crave it. And even then, I may have a little bit, and that's it for me. I don't want to see it again for a few years. So I can see some point in that, and I didn't have the time to Google it. I have an incredibly busy week, so I didn't have enough time to prepare for everything as I want to, but believe me, what I know, I'm going to share with you. I prepared, I believe, good enough for today's video, so keep going so it doesn't get too long. Here it is. Yes, and yeah, that's the somebody said it in the comments, but not everybody reads all comments. So this is the clay also Mango was eating. And as I said before, I may get sometimes easily sucked in. And actually, I myself had at that time some health problems, which I will address in the future. I won't keep nothing from you. So I'm going to make a one-day video just about this and how it actually affects me and how much mango can tolerate. Big difference. So I told you about the durian. Okay. Somebody asked about mango's food combinations. So here it is. Mango ate avocados with dates a lot. He would spoon out chunk of avocado. He would always have the avocado with the spoon eating it. Each time, okay, I go from the morning. I prefer just go it from the morning and go from that. So in the morning, for many years, Mango had cucumber, tomato juice. More here when we come up here, because he found a farmer, he got a good price. In Sydney, he would choose more like sweet fruits. But here he really got into that cucumber tomato juices. So that was each morning. I don't know what time. Usually I wasn't here or watching, But because we exercise, usually around 10 o'clock, that was when he would have his second juice, just average glass of 250 mils. So that's half a liter during the morning. Then he would have the main meal of the day. And that's his salad. He prepared it himself. I didn't never even look how many things he put in there, but I can say on average, of course, I have some idea. So Mango was grating everything on a fine grater because his teeth with the time were falling out. So in the end, I think he had only 4 teeth left. And I will address that in fully separate video. Okay. But because of his teeth, Mango was grating everything very, very fine. So if you do that, I should have bring the bowl, but bowl was at least say half liter size. And as I want to repeat, if you grate something very fine, then it would fit more in a dish than if you just do some chunks or whatever. So Mango have like 2 cucumbers, those long ones, but mainly he was buying the acid-free cucumbers. They like big fat things like this. They different size, but they can be big as this and round. First time when our friend brought it over, I never seen it down south. I thought he bringing melon. I said, that's interesting melon, really long. And he just smiled. And then when I saw it from more close up, I said, my goodness, this is cucumber. So they very yummy cucumbers. And but I would have a one juice, but Mango would have a two, and later on I stopped drinking it altogether because I'm the sweet fruit person. I always prefer the sweet fruit. And so so that would be. So if the cucumber was big, he may have that much from it. But fair bit of cucumber, like in an averaging on this normal, those, how they call them, those really long, skinny, they usually wrapped up in a egalit. And Mango would buy those only when at the markets was nothing available and around the farmers as well, which is usually go hand in hand. Sometimes some people from their little gardens, they would have a few cucumbers there and there. So that's zucchini. He would put maybe one body size zucchini, and uh, he will always put 3 dates, really finely chopped with uh, bird eye chili and with, yeah, and that one small, one heaped teaspoon of cholera, and not every day. Mango would be always on and off with those things. He may take it for a week, then leave it for like a few days, and then take it for 10 days and leave it for whatever week, and then go back to it. Mango was never like fully every day, like usually he would do with other stuff. So and tomatoes, usually three tomatoes, but average size sometimes. Two depends. If there was shortage, you would put one tomato, but then he will put more zucchini or cucumber. The bowl have to be full, so that would make like, in a way, half-kilo of very finely grated salad. The tomatoes, they soft, so he would chop them in a... No, he would actually grate tomatoes as well. Anyway. And the greens, when you have a greens, few little tiny leaves, as I told you, he will chop it really, really fine. So after this salad, he ate. And now I was preparing my own meal, which was much smaller, similar salad. But before I finished preparing mine, Mango would finish preparing his and eating his, because I'm more on a slow poke. I play with everything, I observe everything, and I am just like the kid more than just convenient adult. And uh, and also, yeah, big difference. So Mango also ate not fast, but much faster than me. I'm also very small eater, and when I ate with other people, when I was eating everything since the kindergarten, I have problems with it. So after Mango finished his salad, before, okay, you have two cucumbers first. He will finish them about roughly hour before he start his salad. I forgot to mention that. Then he will have his salad, but before that he would have a one more already sweet fruit, whatever was in the season. Grapes or pineapple, usually it was that way. Because when pineapple ran out, the grapes started. And and always citrus. Always citrus. Whatever it was, mainly orange, and orange mixed with grapefruit or pomelo on its own and stuff like this. Mango, sometimes grapefruit on its own. Depends again on the amount and how nice the fruit was. Say if sometimes the, how it called, can't think of it now. Grapefruit. Sometimes when a grapefruit can be a bit sour, you put when oranges for sweet, so that's why we mix it like this. So you understand the mixture. It was always due to taste, and soon as Mango finishes salad, we always have the fruit in the season. So this was big, especially in the summer. Winter is more poor here with the fruit. So in the summer, it would be custard apple, abu, jackfruit, uh, custard apple. I said custard apple, maybe I did. And all those tropical fruits. We didn't get much rambutan or anything, or wet tropics fruit, but we get fair bit of those different fruit from dry tropics. This is savanna tropics in Australia, and we will eat lot of kaki fruit, and there was just few fruits we weren't really mad about. But we will have like, because we shared it, so we each can have a like, depends how they get ready. We may buy box, and one day they may be five soft ones, so we share between us five. Sometimes can be two, so we share two. It depends on the fruit itself. It's not rice always the same. You just throw it in a pot. It comes as you want, as you prepare it. Maybe a different flavor because sometimes blah, blah, blah. But here, with the fruit, it's a living thing. You go, as the fruit go? You have to adapt to the fruit. And Mango will be snacking. After his salad, he would be snacking on dates with avocado. So he will spoon out the avocado. He will open the date, take a pip out, and he will have half avocado, half of date, and a spoon of little spoon, but as much, he can scoop like nice scoop of avocado, and he will chew up that all together. That was his very common snack after his salad. Then that would be around 12 o'clock, 11, 12. The max time would be 1, 2 o'clock. That's usually when we have a visitor who stay here till that time and so on. So he would eat that avocado with dates, and then he will go to the sweet fruits and snacking the dates between. He would, with the dates and avocados, okay, alone. Mango would snack anytime. He go for swim, he grabs date and avocado in his fridge on the veranda, and then he goes for swim. He sits in the water, eat, and then he swim. And I realized towards the end, he was just sitting there. He never swam there. He didn't have energy. But, he will always get his fruit, sit there, eat it. Mango could not handle asphalt heat as I did. So especially again, when it was full season, summer, hot, Mango would go in a water outside in a little lake, like every 30, 40 minutes, and each time he will get up something in the fridge. Sometimes maybe only apple, sometimes only date, I don't know, but I know he would have either altogether. Okay. That was from the time the earliest it started, 11 to latest, which was very rare, it was 2 o'clock. And since then, Mango ate and drank more juices because, remember he already drank 3, 2 before the salad, 1, then he have our break, then he have another juice, and then he would have his salad, and he have another juice, and then he would and keep snacking on things, as I told you, avocados, dates, and the fruit we shared between us, whatever was in a season, those star fruits, but not that star fruit, the other one, the purple and white one. I'm not so familiar with those tropical fruits because I don't need them really. I love jackfruit, but I'm not saying I don't want them. But and sapotis, you know, also with sapotis, they very heavy, very filling. And Mango loved them when we come up here. He ate them fair bit, especially those red ones inside. They really heavy for me. I had 2 spoons and I was done. Mango ate and they big. They can be pretty big. And I noticed a lot of men, they love those red sapoti. and maybe it's called a bit different, but it's like nice reddish color inside. I think it's mummy supporter. He, when I think of it, with the years, mango slowed down on those very, very heavy fruits. Jako heavy, very filling. And custard apple too, you know. I could eat little bit. Mango can eat much more, but it's so sweet. But still, it's not fruit you can like eat too much. If you do, most of people, including me and Mango and people I knew, if they overdo it on a custard apple, they could not see it at least for another month. It fully puts you over. But that's also one of the fruits we was snacking after our salads. And then when we finish our, it was around 4 o'clock, we finish our lunch. So we ate like Italians, but Mango much faster than me. You know, those Greeks and Italians, they close everything, they just sit, friends and family who is around, and they eat and and chat and eat for like 2, 3 hours. So, also somebody, so, and then we will come here, we would eat in other room, in our bedroom, it was set up there for watching videos and eating and chatting. Some annoying thing come up here. And then we come here, and then we will chat, whatever, about whatever come up. Later on, we start playing this check card game that was very entertaining for both of us and interesting how the things comes out. You know, sometimes it's just interesting. And that's when Mango drank his last 2 juices, and sometimes he kept a half or that much in a glass and put it in a fridge in the morning. So it looks like soon as he wakes up, he will drink. Also, I know from his friends and from living with him, Mango drank his urine. I don't know if I say it right. His bean. And every day, every morning, the first one, I'm not, I never study it. I don't know the details, but I know the Mango told me the first one is the best. And, oh, that's the way you're supposed to do it. And then he was doing this aged urine. And if he have some sore in the ear or whatever, he would sip on it or stick it in the ear or whatever. That was his healing device. And I I don't know what to think about that. I think it's okay if person is healthy, but if you aware you have some disease, I don't think it's healthy. I said that to Mango, not that I could see he's not healthy, but I didn't know he's so seriously unwell. But uh, with Mango, it was like I asked him, so did you um, did you actually look into it if is it healthy or not to drink it? drink your wee when you're not well. And he said, yeah, they say it's safe, that's perfectly fine. But I tell you something now, this is the truth. I'm also going to share with you in the future. And I developed some skin problem from the mud here in the lake because I was eating a lot every day. The things, and I have to grab, and I was doing it just with the hands, no gloves or anything, no tools. The roots from the plants, from that mud, in the lake, I was pulling it out, and I developed some skin problems. And Mango told me, be on it. So, because it was itchy, I was putting different hair. I won't tell you now, I'll tell you details later because this is not the topic. This is a bit offside, but because the urine, that's why I'm talking about it. So I said, well, I can try it, so I be on it. I wasn't well. I have some problem. I be on it, and straight away it got so bad. It got so much worse that either my body don't agree with that kind of therapy, or I was right. If you're not well, you should not drink it. Because as we know, again, go to our body. Some people may say it's very good for you. Go for it. Go for it. Meat is good for you. Go for it. You can have it every day. The best is if you eat only meat, or even better if you eat only sugar. And some people can even embrace that. It's their decision. But sorry, but like, you have to test it on something visible. That's why I was willing to test it, so I can see what it does. And it wasn't pretty at all. It actually went totally insane, out of control. Before I had it under control. So, yeah, and the Akis was coming in on a tree more and more each year. And actually, Mango, the house, it's still a bit dusty. Sometimes as I move around, the house is a bit mess at the moment because I was here like Lazar, half dead in a bed, not doing much house chores. So Mango would eat about 10 avocados a day, easy, even sometimes more. Look, soonest I didn't go with him for shopping every day, but there was times when I was going often with Mango for shopping. Each shopping is, of course, the avocado as well. And Mango, soon as they buy the avocados, he got a soft one. Soon as they buy 5 for it, he get a soft one, he open it and eat it already on the way to the car. And then he easily can eat another one while he's putting things in a car. Mango would snack avocados through a day a lot. So 10, definitely 10 a day, some days more. Some days might be less, he could slow down when he obviously felt really unwell, but he could never last long. So without avocado, he could do it, but not for long enough. But even then, he may have a durian. And durian, as I say it again, he would have like up, up to 5, 6 when they were fresh a day. And once they frozen, 250 grams a day or to almost 500 grams a day, depends how big was the portion of the frozen durian I used to make. And first, the big portions was okay. It's only in last 2 years, 3 years, Mango said, don't make them so big. So I make only 250 grams. Mango would not eat the frozen durian every day. Depends again on the season, what fruit we've got at home. If there was fresh after markets and lot of fruit was getting ready, we would eat more custard apple and kaki fruit and the other fruits, the typical tropical fruits. Of course, mangoes, when mangoes was in a season, he was munching on mangoes. But like 2 a day, nothing huge. The aki, durian, and avocado, they was there constantly, and if there was not one, there was always other one. And since we come here, lot of coconuts, and with the time more and more, but I noticed before mango he used also those ready ones to eat, the mature coconuts, and he would on the champion make that butter from it, which to me tastes. Of course, I tasted. He said I was curious how it comes out. It's come really creamy, and I like stuff like this, very creamy. So I said I have a little taste. I could not eat it though because I was never attracted to coconut. I was just curious about how it tastes like. And I was very disappointed. To me, it tasted like sawdust. And so I didn't eat it, but Mango would. Mango would put that in his salad as well when he had that. He would put that kind of grated finely coconut, but not creamy, far from it. What else? And that milk, yeah, he would drink it. I could, as I told you before, I have a tiny sip and I'm done. So again, a lot of fat and mango. If in a true whole winter, he would hardly eat actually sweet fruit. He would have mainly juices, cucumbers, tomatoes, because in the winter we have more, it's more like tomato season, so he can pick out on the tomatoes because there's a lot of them. And they're yummy, so he can eat them as they are, too big like this, those bull hearts, I think they call them. And stuff like this. So it depends on the season, depends on the fruit we had at home. But this is the basics. And then whatever come extra trimmings. Sometimes we have a visitors from wet tropics, so they brought some wet tropic fruit, but not too much of it, not lots of it. So we can have, some of those wet tropic fruits, but most of the time we will just have savanna tropical fruits. And again, it's not as a big variety as the wet tropics, but there is a plenty good enough fruit to munch on to our satisfaction. Well, I hope this helped. I hope I answer some of your questions again, you know, and I'm just checking. Yeah. So a lot of fruit Mango ate as is, but yet he would eat one and start with other one and other one. In my opinion, it's not mono-eating, because if I eat now banana and straight away after it I have a, say, custard apple, it's mixed up here, you know, that banana is still there. So I just knew that here is my fruit bowl in my tummy, you know. So that's how I perceive things. So not that I eat salad and then straight away I have avocado with dates and this and that other fruits. No. Now I have to tell you also, this is important. Mango used to go to bed around 7 o'clock, 6:30, but he will do things on a computer. He would have one computer here, one computer there. He would do something on a computer over there before he go to sleep. And it may be 7:30, he may go to sleep and he will wake up around 3, 4 in the morning. Depends again how quickly he could, doze to sleep. And so his breakfast started much earlier than mine all the time. Lines was very different. And so he ate, drank his last juice here around 4:30, but sometimes it will be till 5:30, and that he will sip juices here while we talking here, or we used to play table games sometimes. That was fun. So I hope that gave you more. I hope I gave you enough information this time about amounts and stuff. And next time I would like to move on to another topic, another reason why mango has heart and fat liver health problems. So, but if you have some additional questions, please don't be shy. Just ask. I'm more happy than answer. If I didn't pay enough attention and forgot answer yours, please ask again. And if I get there still enough questions, I will answer them as fast as I can and hopefully move on to another topic. Time flies, I try to be as short as possible, but there is a lot to say. You want to know a lot of detail. The other details you can Google, as I said, for yourself. And I'm really glad that we have such a beautiful, peaceful, loving group in here. Thank you for that. This is appreciated. This is the love I'm talking about. You know, that's what I'm seeking from life. Love from every direction. You know, like, and I'm so glad. I was a bit afraid there's going to be too many trolls, but no, they ignore, and if they don't have nobody to fight with them, they just leave and look for somebody who is ready to do that. Anyway, thank you for your love, for your support, for your understanding, or if you don't understand yet, for your learning, and I appreciate you all, and I'm very thankful for you, because if I was here alone all that time, I would not come back, because I don't like talk to the wall. Anyway, I'm saying goodbye again to you. Time flies. I hope to see you next time, and I wish you all the best, especially the last, because the last is the best thing you can gain in this life. You know, as Tracy Chapman sings, sing in one of her songs. Don't be tempted by the shiny apple, because all that you have is your soul. And if you don't cultivate your soul, your heart with the love, you have nothing. Because all your money, all your houses, all your cars, sooner or later is going to be destroyed. As one of my friends said, every pot will one day be broken. So is our body. Our body is mortal. But the spirit carries the value of us, not the beautiful eyes or hair or whatever you can have people say, oh, that looks good, I like that. Not that. Not what we see, but what we don't see. That's what's important in this life. So we feel the love. We feel it. Because some people may pretend they love you, but you still feel your intuition. If you have a good intuition, it says, not sure, puzzling, dear, very nice person, still, my intuition, listen to your intuition, listen to your heart, and if somebody hurt you, don't let them. It's wrong to let them. Okay? So cultivate that love in your heart. It gives you a lot of peace and it brings you beautiful events in your life as well. And everything suddenly works. It should. If you open that road to the embracing everything, embracing love, you embrace everything with love, then you have no worry. No worry. You may have a pain, you may have a tears, you may get a hurt, you may get hurt, but that love will always hold you strong and make you keep going forward and say, okay, this was a mistake. That's over done with. I'm now approaching. I'm back on a path of love. It's okay to strive. We all do sometimes. As long as you come back, you are blessed. All the best to all of you. Good health, good mind, and do what you enjoy. Don't listen others. Here, listen, listen. Your intuition, your heart, your needs, your dreams. Okay. Till next time. I love you all. Oh, bye.